All right, I'm really upset. I'm really upset about seeing these stories. I don't know if it's because social media is so fast moving now, and it just seems like there's like every third story there's another
the
case.
kids are getting younger and younger on social media.
So PSA for parents, PSA for families, PSA.
Although you don't want to scare your children,
I think 10 and up. You have kids that are 10 and up that are using this app. They're using anything.
Snapchat,
there
Instagram,
needs to
everything.
be a conversation because I know there's safety classes, right?
Yes.
We're supposed to be monitoring stuff like that. However, I think that's the missing piece. I think parents need to really focus, have that uncomfortable conversation with their children.
Ask questions. Get to know
any adult
they're
that
hanging
wants
out with
to
at
hang
school
out,
too. Yeah.
Any adult that wants to hang out with
that befriends them, grooms them.
a youngster.
Yeah.
They have ill intentions, okay? I don't care if it's a coach, and I'm not saying all the time, don't get me wrong, but I think that needs to be instilled where it's like, hey, wait a minute.
For example, right? Like you're saying.
Like, for example, right? The coach, the one that just happened
just recently,
a couple weeks ago?
Yes.
Ill intentions, right? He wanted the boy alone. I don't know. We don't know. I know it's horrible, but they never said if, like, he even invited the parents at one time, or if there was that conversation. We don't know.
But just parents should be asking questions about a lot of things. Who to hang out with at school. There can be kids who try to lure kids and introduce them to older people. And like you're saying, any 18-year-old that wants to hang out with a 13-year-old, red flag.
14-year-old, 15-year-old.
They're not going to play patty cake, do Uno.
So I think that's the message. That's what I think the message is here. The message has to be very clear, and this is the message, right? Anyone older than you, you're watching this, you're a kid, you're 13, 14, 12, 11, you got 15-year-old wants to talk to you. Oh, why don't you meet me at the park?
Hang out with you.
What? They're not going to want to hang out with you and sit here and talk and have a conversation. There's going to be other things involved. They're going to want to smoke. They're going to want to drink.
Things that you're like, oh my gosh, don't. That's gross, right?
You might not be ready for it, but the pressure's there or whatever, and
their intentions,
you go along with it. So that's the message here. This is horrible. I don't even know if this girl was unalive or not. I don't know what the update is on that. But
social media, it's so quick.
Yes.
And you have kids on Snapchat, Instagram.
Yes. So parents, you need to be more intrusive. You need to turn on those locations. You need to figure out what's going on. I mean, as powerful as the phone is for good, it's also just as powerful for bad. Yeah. You know, again, if you're not tech savvy, there's so many apps, there's so many things, but that's the conversation needs to be instilled. Boy or girl, I don't care. Boy or girl. Hey, some older girl wants you alone just because they have bad intentions. Again, hurt people. There's so many people in this
world. And some
world.
Parents might be embarrassed to talk about those things and they're uncomfortable.
Okay, well,
you don't want to scare
You
the
don't even
kids
have
either.
to say the sex part or anything, but hey, look, it doesn't sound right. Get that start. We need to really start instilling this because I see it a lot too.
And people will say that, hey, you're just paranoid. Times have changed. Oh, so what do they say? Dirty minded or get your mind out. No, this is like stuff that keeps happening. It's reality though, because look what keeps happening. These disgusting people have that. That's all they think about. And these kids are being so trusting on the internet, meeting up with people from playing games or whatever.
It's again, that needs to be instilled, dude. If you're a kid, you happen to see this video, you're a parent who has a small kid, 10, 11, 12, any kid, really, honestly. Yes, please instill that, as awful as it is. Like, any adult or anybody older than you that wants to invite you to a separate location.
Get you alone.
That bell, that red flag better go off, and it's like, oh yeah, sure.
And remember, when people say, let's hang out, well, maybe their hangout is going to be different from your hangout.
Right. So, unfortunately, this is a disgusting case, story, whatever, again, but this is not an unfavorable opinion. This is more of a PSA, and stay safe, everyone.